A warm welcome everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick and this time we're looking at Outrun 2019 on the SEGA Genesis or Mega Drive, depending on where you are in the world. Let's keep this on let's keep it on normal for now, but it's a sort of a sequel to the original Outrun. This is by SEGA in 1993. It's similar sort of gameplay. You must pick different routes when the road forks in order to get to the end before a time runs out. There's different routes you can take to get to the end and 4 basic stages of play. So we're set in the future, well 2019, so that isn't too long to wait now at the time of recording, so next year. Here's all the different stages, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We'll best go on the beginner one really, because I am a beginner. Be interested to see how this compares with Outrun. So here we go, this futuristic car, accelerate, and I think the car will automatically boost at a certain point. So we're starting off in this tunnel. Yes. It's not as exciting as Outrun at the moment. The music isn't quite as good. But frame rate is pretty similar. Let's give this a bit of a chance as we go round here. I'm expecting something a bit more, but maybe I've built this up a bit too much in my mind. The shadow on the buildings and the horizon is quite cool. So I like that. That's good, but they're not getting any closer. And it's a bit staccato, right. Now the road will go up and down, so we're on a sort of bridge and we've fallen off the bridge. Oh dearie me. Time ticking down in the bottom right, you can see 38 seconds, 37 seconds, and an alarmingly fast speed, and I'm off the road again. This is going to take some practice. You must avoid all contact with traffic, although car doesn't take any physical damage, but it will cost you some time, cause you to spin off at the side. So this is what the future looks like in far-flung 2019. Oops, we might have to put this in easy if I don't do very well. Always easier to play the game when you're not commentating at the same time, but it's a skill you slowly get, or in most cases you don't. Like the road's forking, we've only got 8 seconds left. It's slower if you go offline. 6. Am I going to not do this? Right, oh, that was close. With 2 seconds to go, extended play. So now you can see we're on the next stage and the scenery has changed ever so slightly. We're in some sort of field and the buildings in the distance have changed also. So that was a nice change. Good, right, so at least I got past one stage. Now if you had this one back in the day, let me know. I'm not sure if it come out on every other system. If it did, let me know. So back into the tunnel. Always nice to see these games with a bit of a retro eye on it. I didn't own this back in the day because I didn't own a Genesis or Mega Drive, but I am enjoying coming to these as I am games on the Commodore 64, which is another one I didn't own. I was a ZX Spectrum and a Commodore Amiga man and a Game Boy Advance PlayStation fellow. There's a lot of traffic around the place now. You will see ramps every now and again. I just missed one, and that's a way to jump over this non-road bit for extra speed. I'm told there are some secret routes to be found which are shorter if you go up the ramp on a certain angle on certain stages. 20 seconds left, not looking great. Keep going. You see the time there ticking at the bottom. We're on route 2 of stage 1. Keep going, 10 seconds. A small bit of inertia when the time runs out, but not a great deal, so when it hits 0, that's it. Or the road's forking. Not too... Oh, I've wasted too much time going off road 2. Oh, look at that. It was just up there. I was about 30 metres too short then. Curses blast, damn it, hug nabbit. Yes, almost was on the second bit, almost on the third bit I should say, so I didn't get too far there. We'll have another go. We'll put it on easy this time I think, but that's a super car. I wonder what car it's modelled on. So, if you like the SEGA Mega Drive, earlier on today we did another review of Battle Squadron, which is a vertical shoot 'em up. I think I prefer that one to this game, but we all have our favourites, don't we? I've got automatic gears on this. You can select manual if you want, but I don't want to make it overly difficult for myself. I want to show you as much as the game as possible, because we've all heard of Outrun and Turbo Outrun, but maybe not many of us, or many of you, have heard of Outrun 2019. Name's already NNNN. I did have a sneaky practice go beforehand and I didn't do very well. I did about as well as I'm doing now, to be honest. Excellent. Right, so let's go. We're doing a different stage this time, so it might be more difficult, but I've set it on easy mode. Is the scenery going to be the same or different? It's a bit different, right. So we're not in the city this time. It's like we're heading towards more of a sort of like Indian sort of place, are we? Some sort of town anyway. Looks like the corners are a little bit more twisty. Keep your wits about you. Different music this time. Oh man. You do have to make effort to slow the car down, because once it hits top speed it will hit a boost. Right, try not to crash. I know that sounds like obvious advice, but it just costs you too much time. We've still got about 38 seconds left. It's moving at a hell of a lick, this one. As I say, I want to like it more. It's okay, it's pretty good, but as I say, I prefer Outrun. When you're going to do a sequel, you've got to make it better than the other one, I think. Right, oh man. Right, past him. This could be a version of the Batmobile, couldn't it, really? It would be quite acceptable in black. 13 seconds. The road hasn't even fault yet. This isn't looking promising, folks. Maybe we'll put it back on the original section we tried to do. Come on, road fault. It's faulting, but I think we're going to run out of time. Oh. Yeah, the car... It's surprising, isn't it? When you expect a car going at 600 miles an hour would roll on for quite some time. But look at that. My progress was pathetic. Yes. Right, I think back to stage 1, I think. That's where my sort of like skill set is at the moment. There's the city. The city that never sleeps. Unlike me. Which I need to go to sleep now. 1993. What was you up to in 1993? Right, so we'll stick to this one. See if I can get to stage 3 of the... Well, part 3 of this point. Ready? Go! Start your engines. Right. So check out the speed. It doesn't feel like we're going 500 to 600 miles an hour, but I'll trust the speedo. 570 is the fastest this thing can go. Never any upgrade. Right, now it does a boost. So when it does the boost, extra quick, but you can't hold on to the corners that well. But surprisingly well for going well. Almost, what's it? Speed of sound is Mach 1. That's 1,000 miles an hour, isn't it? So half of that. Off we go. Right. Now, I'm sure there are some secret ways forward already that I'm missing. Right, just stay on the road like before. Well, unlike before, I fell off a couple of times, didn't I, when I first tried this stage. Try and save the time. You can carry some time forward from each stage there. And then that'll put you in good stead to go forward. I much prefer the horizon on this stage. It's like bigger. You're more sort of like in the city rather than it being really small in the distance. And that works quite well with the perspective. Good arcade action, this one. It's a good game without being super spectacular. 15 seconds. Now this drone rider shouldn't be a problem. We'll just go to the side. Right, so before we passed with 2 seconds ago, this time we had 8 seconds, so we're better by the tune of 6 seconds. Try and use the ramps more this time, Nick. I'm giving myself advice as I go round, because that's where I lost time. Being on the grass, the car just slowed down massively. You have to learn where the ramps are, because your instinct is to avoid them, because you think it's an obstacle on the road or another car. Oops. Oh man, he did not need that. Get out the way. 50 seconds, still lots of time. Don't lose too much time for glancing on the sides. Oh, you did not need that either. Who are these hoodlums? They've got no place on the road. Can't have too much long left of this section, surely. Right, there we go, there's a jump. And that works out quite well. See, there we go. So you have to need to keep utilising that. So already better than my first attempt. Second attempt I tried it staged miles too high for me. But you can tell with practice this game is going to be quite rewarding. A nice gentle learning curve. And it won't take too long to get pretty good at this. I think if I played it for a day, I'm quite confident I'll be able to complete it on even the most difficult setting. Are we going to get to the third bit? We might do, we might not. 6 seconds. Yay! There we go. So part 3. And the scenery has changed again as it does for each section. There's a bridge we're heading towards. And it's a bit of a night scene too. So a capital city somewhere. Where it is I don't know. And it's night time all of a sudden. I do like these scenery changes in all the Outrun games. Makes them stand out a great deal. Although Enduro did have it on the Atari 2600, changing scenes. Oh, it's into the drink. And that's probably going to cost me, so I won't be able to do it. Who built this bridge? There's no barriers either side. The car can easily slide off. It's a bit like power drive in that respect. Or power drift, I should say. Don't. Oh, he's off again, so he's definitely not going to do it. Pretty solid, that water. Oops. Yes. If you go up a jump with no speed, that isn't really going to help you a great deal. I need a car that turns into a boat. I do like the blue lines that was going across the road then. Suddenly changed to a white. That's nice. Subtle changes that give the game a little bit of style. Not sure what the reviews were back in the day of this one. I think they would have been okay with it. I've reviewed quite a lot of racing games so far. This moves quite fast, as does the Lotus series. That we reviewed before. We need to look at Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco Grand Prix as well at some stage, and it's game over. Well, we did get a bit of fun out of that, and I'm quite a fan of most racing games, and indeed I did like that one as well. So pretty good without being super spectacular. There's a few bits missing, I think. I don't know what they are. Maybe it's more bouncy music like the original Outrun had. Now, if you've got any comments about this game, any memories there, or anything retro or anything racing, then by all means put those in the comment section below. It always creates a bit of conversation, sharing the memories, and that's what it's all about. A big thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far, keeping the channel running, helping it gradually grow, so much appreciated there. If you want to help a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.